So the next distribution I moved to after Red Hat 9 was Mandrake, and this is where Linux really started to take off for me and where I really enjoyed it. As you can see quickly here, the installation process looks pretty beautiful, at least in my impression. We'll see how that goes throughout the installation process. But you're going to ask me, well, what's the difference really between Mandrake and Red Hat? Well, so Mandrake compiled all software for an i586, making it absolutely blinding fast compared to the other distros, because nearly everything else was compiling for i386 still. So basically it's like your Gen 2 people compiling for your own CPU, but for most people who think of it as, well, it's only like a 5% and only a 5% increase for compiling speed. Oh no, my friend. Back in the 90s, these optimizations meant something. This is when every CPU type was different, so the more close you could get to your CPU, the more difference you could see. But as you can see now, we've got this installed and it went quite smooth, I think. There's not much really we need to talk about, so let's go on to the first boot. The grub loader there looked absolutely stunning, I've got to admit. It was doing it for me, don't know why. So again, just to remember, we're using a basic default system. I've only enabled multimedia and games onto this. Ooh, there we go, first run. Then we're presented with a quite bland first time wizard. Oh, you get to choose your theme this time, that's quite nice. Let's have a little look what we got. Oh, I like that, it shows you what your desktop's actually going to look like. I think I'll go with default for this. Agree to the privacy policy. Obviously put all my personal information in. Yeah, right. God, Linux asked for a lot back then. I'm surprised we didn't moan. Oh, KDE 3.0. I thought I started on 3.2, but obviously I didn't. I started on the original 3. Now, I've got to admit, this looks like arse, doesn't it? Absolute arse. So we've got Mozilla still installed, still no Firefox. I thought this was the time of Firefox, but it must have been a little bit later. But Mozilla 1.1, so that's an older version than Red Hat 9 was, even though this was a year later. I suppose we didn't really care about the latest and greatest back then. This is the control panel. This was a actual Mandrake thing, I believe, where you could change settings for stuff rather than a KDE one. But this was a big turning point, I remember, of usability, and everyone said this was what made 2002 the year of desktop Linux. It's going to be a common running theme joke here, isn't it? Let's take a look at XMS this time. I've got a thing. I'm hoping the themes are on there. Sorry, I'm hoping the skins are on there this time. Oh yes, they are. Let's go and have a look through them. We'll see what we got. Oh my god, sexy. Sex amp. Look at the state of these. These are what you wanted though back in the day. This is what you lived in, XMS. I used to play my MP3s that I downloaded from Kazaa on these. And I guess then Immolo when I switched to Linux. I do think we had a Kazaa network though that did work. If you were really cool though, you used MTD, I think? But nah, XMMS for me. Well look, we were weebs even back then. Although we Didn't have anime girls with penguins on our stuff. What else we got going on here? I don't want to go through too much stuff again. This looks like an arse version of Red Hat, so it's going to be the same. Let's just have a look at the KDE version of Office Suite. Oh my good god, look at that. That's an absolute insult to owning eyes. Even a blind person wouldn't be happy seeing that. Oof. Let's just take a look at Writer, just see if it's any different. No, it's just that was some KDE theme. God, it does look ugly. I can't believe I used this. Wait, why would I? It looks disgusting. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I want to show off in this one for software versions. We're just going to have a look at this shell here. Let's see if there's anything interesting. What kernel are we running? What we're running, so yeah, 9. No fancy name for that, but you can see it's the i5-6 compiled for. We're running a 2.4 stock kernel still. If I remember rightly, you could install a 2.6. I think this was the first distribution I compiled my own kernel on. Not because I thought it was cool, but because none of my hardware worked, so I had to. Distribution kernels did not get good till around about 2005. Oh, look at the games. Rose and Bubble. Oh. This is brilliant. I think this is the only reason I like Linux. I think games were just better back then. Here one. What else we got on it? Oh, Tetris. The fuck is this Tetris? Okay, let's see how I do. Yeah, that looks arse. Let's play something else. Ooh, battleships. You sunk my battleship. Isn't I cheating it? How the hell can I not find any? I must be able to find my pure luck by now. Hey, I finally got one. Oh. Come on, I've got to beat it. I've got to bring this back. For God's sake. I've nearly clicked the entire board. How? How? Ah, fine. The computer has been hacking. What have we got next? Oh, a bit of free stuff again, but we know that now. Oh, ooh, K-poker again. Let's make some of that. Totally don't like my poker. I know this is the most boring game of poker I think I've ever played in my life. I like how the K-poker is exactly the same as the other poker we played the other day. Just in KDE, in QT rather than GDK. Yeah, this is boring. Let's have a look what else we got. Oh, I haven't seen this in ages. This is how I used to have friends in my teenage years. Yeah, how cool is that? I'm going to save him and I will call him friend. Well, I think that's it. I think we've done everything we want to do in this one. There's not really much more I can really show off different from last time. It just shows you really, doesn't it, how arse Linux was back in the day, but we thought this was the bee's knees. But it really wasn't, was it? It's just terrible. So I'm going to leave you again with this one, and the next video we do on the history series is going to be my first adventure into Gentoo. Now, I can't remember when I first started. I believe it was around 2003, early 2004. But I found myself a 2005 CD. So we're going to do an original Gentoo install from 2005. See how the process was back then compared to now. But I think that might be quite interesting, and who knows, maybe I can do a little twist on that. So keep compiling, keep up with the nostalgia, keep telling me about your first distribution experiences. I love reading about them, and see you next time. So it's clear I have a Gentoo addiction. Why not help enable me to get new hardware, or just cope with the stresses with vodka like these wonderful people you see before you. Prices only start at $1, and every little bit helps me. Thank you. Some upcoming ideas I have are shown on the screen now, but obviously it's up to you.